Welcome to the 2015-2016 school year. Please listen closely to the following information. This step-by-step guide will prepare you for your registration appointment. It is important for you to have all your documents and packet complete on the day of your appointment to ensure registration for your child and to keep you from being placed back on the waiting list. If you have any questions after the presentation, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you. The blue cover sheet provided should be used as a checkoff list for necessary documents you will need to bring in at the time of your appointment to complete registration. Current income. Current household income for the immediate family only must be provided for the complete month prior to your appointment date. Income consists of any money coming into the home. For example, pay stubs, a letter from your employer if you get paid cash for work, child support, CalWorks, AFDC, unemployment, disability, etc. Proof of family size. If the household consists of 2 parents, please provide original birth certificates for all your children to prove your family size. If you are a single parent, please provide formal documentation for proof of single parent. For example, separation or divorce documentation, child support court document showing an open or closed child support case, original rental lease agreement showing only you and your child are currently residing in your home, etc. Verification of residence. Please include a formal document mailed to you with mom, dad, or guardian's name included. Formal mail can include the following: a bank statement, cell phone utility or cable bill, credit card statement, auto insurance policy, etc. Child's immunization record. We need the current immunization record for the child entering preschool. All immunizations must be up to date. Please refer to your child's pediatrician for more information. Current physical signed and dated by the doctor. The preschool child's physical must be no more than a year from the date of your appointment. If your physical exam from 2014 has not yet expired, you may bring in the information for that physical. Please make sure the doctor includes that information on the physical exam form provided in the packet. Please ensure that the physical is signed and dated by the doctor. Parent TB clearance. Per the new state regulation for the 2015-2016 school year, all parents must provide a TB clearance. This is no longer just for parents who want to volunteer in the classroom. If your doctor feels there are no risk factors present and a TB test is not necessary for you, please have the doctor fill out the certification of completion form included in your packet. It must be signed by the doctor and include the clinic stamp. If your doctor feels you do present risk factors based on your responses from the risk assessment questionnaire also included in your packet, you will need to present a document from the clinic which includes the date the TB test was given and the result you received when you return 2 days later. If you do not have medical insurance, please request a referral for a low-cost clinic from the preschool office. Attached consent forms need to be completely filled out, signed, and dated. Emergency contacts and phone numbers. We have provided 2 emergency cards in your packet. The white one is for the teacher to keep in the classroom, and the orange one is for us to keep in the preschool office here at the Fullerton School District. We will need a minimum of 3 additional emergency contacts, not including the parent or guardian, as they are the first people we will contact in case of an emergency. If you would like to include more than 3 people, please request an additional emergency contacts form. Employment verification form. For the parent or guardian who is currently working, they must fill out the employee section of this form. It must include the business name or the business that the parent or guardian works for, the address, the office hours, and the office phone number. The parent must also print their first and last name, sign, and date. The bottom portion must be completed by the employer, the person that is paying the parent or guardian for their work. Please ensure that your employer prints and signs the form. They should also include, if possible, their title. Income certification for unemployment. This form is for parents who do not receive any kind of income. If the parent, for example, receives disability or is currently on CalWorks or Cash Aid, they do not need to fill out this form. Again, this form is only for parents or guardians who do not receive any kind of income. An example of this would be a stay-at-home parent. This form would be for them to fill out because they are currently not working or receiving any type of income. Residence verification form must be completely filled out. As mentioned from the blue cover sheet, we do need proof of residence. For Section A, it provides a list of documentation that you can use to prove your residence. If you are renting, Section B1 must be completed. The manager and landlord signature or name should be included in this portion by the blue arrow along with their contact phone number. If you are buying your home, Section B2 would apply to you. Along with your proof of address, you will also need to include something from Section B2, either property tax bill, mortgage verification, or close of escrow. Please make sure you sign the bottom, print your name and date. Physician's report. The parent must fill out Part A, which is the top portion of this form. Part B must be completed by the physician. 4 things we suggest you look and ensure before you leave the clinic are the following. TB skin test. A TB skin test is not required for children to be enrolled in preschool. If your doctor feels your child does not present risk factors, they may mark this box, risk factors not present. TB skin test is not required, and we will not ask you for a TB skin test. However, if your doctor does not mark that box, we will assume that your doctor asked for a TB test to be performed on your child. In that case, the TB test should be documented in the immunization record of your child, the date of the exam, and 2 days later, what the result was. That is number 1. Number 2, the clinic stamp must be included on this form. Number 3, the date of the physical exam should also be written here, and the doctor's signature must also be included. Please ensure you have those 4 things on the bottom portion of this form before you leave the doctor or the clinic. Child's pre-admission health history parents report. Please provide the best information that you can for developmental history of your child. Please ensure that you sign and date the bottom of this form. Consent for emergency medical treatment. If your child has any medical allergies or takes medication, please include them on this form. This is a consent for medical treatment to be performed on your child should he or she be involved in an emergency accident. Please sign and date the portion below. As mentioned from the blue cover sheet, this is the risk assessment questionnaire, the questions that your child will ask you to determine whether or not you need a TB skin test. If you do not need a TB skin test, as mentioned from the blue cover sheet, this is the certificate of completion that your doctor would need to sign and stamp, indicating a TB skin test was not required for you. If you would like to be included as part of the child care data collection per the California Department of Education, please mark yes and include your Social Security number. If you do not wish to be part of this data collection, please mark no. Sign and print your name and date. If you choose not to be part of the data collection, this will not affect your enrollment in any way. This is something that the California Department of Education uses for statistics and data purposes. Again, please sign, print, and date the form regardless of what your answer is on this form. The parent referral request is information on outside organizations that we can refer your family to if there is ever a need for your family. If you do not have a need at this time, please feel free not to mark any of the lines indicated under the organization. Please, however, fill out the top portion where the blue arrow is with your information and your child's information and school. The back portion also needs to be signed and dated. Disaster Preparedness Program. This will be attached to your child's emergency card. Please fill out as needed based on your child's medical condition. For number 1, in the event of a disaster, if your child does not have has a chronic medical condition that could be life-threatening, please mark yes and what the medical condition is. Number 2, in the event of a disaster, if your child needs a daily or routine medication necessary for survival, please mark yes and the name of the medication. This does not apply to over-the-counter medications such as aspirin, Tylenol, Advil, etc. And number 3 as well, that the child needs prescription medication administered during a disaster. If this does not apply to your child, please mark no, sign and date the bottom. Consent for the release of pupil photographs. This form from the Fullerton School District is a general form used, thereby includes different types of ways of documenting for children. We use this form for children to be observed and taken pictures of by the teacher to record the progress of the child's development. Also, if we ever have any guests coming in to present a theme for the children, for example, when studying reptiles, if we have an outside organization coming in and wants to and the children are going to take a group picture with the reptiles or being involved in the activity, the pictures will be posted up in the classroom to show what they're learning. If you do not want your child to be in the picture, you would mark no. If you are okay with your child being in the picture, please mark yes. Either way, you also need to sign the bottom portion and include your student's name, your child's name, and the date. Admissions agreement, the top portion is for your information. The bottom portion must be detached and brought into your appointment. Personal rights, the top portion is also for you to take home for your information. The bottom portion by the blue arrow must be filled out and signed by you and brought to your appointment as well. Last but not least, the parent rights is also for your information, and the bottom portion must be cut out and brought to your appointment. Please ensure that you sign and date. Caregiver background check process. This is for your information as well. Identification and emergency information. This is the white emergency card I referred to at the beginning of the presentation. The top portion is pretty self-explanatory, the child and the parent's information. If a parent is not living in the home, please do not include that parent or on the top portion of this form. You may include them as additional people to be called in emergency if they will be helping with your child. The 3 people that you include here in this area by the blue must also be included there at the bottom. We ask for the person's name and their first and last name, as well as the address. If you do not have the address, please indicate the city they live in, the best number to reach them at, and the relationship to the child. This middle section needs to include who your child's doctor is, the city that they're in, and what their medical insurance is. If, for example, they are covered by Medi-Cal, Kaiser, Blue Shield, etc., and the office phone number for the doctor. We would also like, if your child has seen a dentist, for you to include where the child goes to the dentist, the city, and what insurance plan they are covered by, for example, Delta Dental, etc., and the office phone number for the dentist. And again, the same 3 people you put at the top, you will put at the bottom. Please do not fill in the blank spots with additional contact names. If you would like to request more than 3 people, ask for an additional emergency contact form from the preschool office for you to include more than 3 people. Please include, however, the first 3 people on these lines. Make sure that you sign and date the bottom of this form. Last but not least is the orange emergency card, which will be kept in the district office here in Fullerton School District. The top portion is self-explanatory, the students' and parents' information. Again, if the parent does not live in the home, please do not include them in this area. You may include them in the bottom area where the blue arrow is as an additional emergency contact. Again, the same 3 people you included on the white sheet must be included on this orange sheet as well. The relationship to the child, as well as the person's first and last name, the city they live in, and the best number to reach them at. Please make sure you sign and date the bottom of this form. The back side of this form includes medical information. Please make sure you look through that and fill it out as thoroughly as possible. Also, please make sure you read this bottom portion in all capital letters and indicate yes or no by circling, and signature and date. As a reminder, when you come to your appointments, make sure your packet is complete. Please make arrangements for childcare if possible. Plan on being here for about 45 minutes to an hour. If you have any questions, make sure to call our office before your appointment time. If you have to cancel your appointment, be sure to call at least 24 hours in advance. Your appointment will be at Fullerton School District Child Development Services at 1401 West Valencia Drive in Fullerton. Erica Gomez or Tanya Ruiz will be your contact person depending on the school that you belong to. Please refer to the slide for more information. Check what school you belong to and the person you are assigned to. Their phone number is included on this slide, along with it being included on the blue cover sheet of the packet. Please feel free to also record or write down their email address. We hope this presentation has been helpful to you. If you still have any questions or concerns or are unsure of certain things based on your personal situation, please speak to Tanya or Erica, depending on the person that's assigned to your school, if you have any other questions. Thank you.